Africa Global Radio. Our story, our growth, our future.
In Our Jing is the record on the background right about now. And trust me, he is right here in the studios of Africa Global Radio. Kirani Ayat is here. And trust me, man, I don't even know what to say, but good to have you, man.
Thank you for having me.
How have you been?
I've been a lot of things.
What a response. You've been a lot of things. Give me one of them.
Anxious.
Anxious about what? Have you ever been anxious?
I have actually. For the last 2 weeks, I've been the most
Anxious
anxious
person.
period for me in my life.
Why?
The GTA situation.
Right,
you know.
Right.
So, but before that too, each time I'm about to release a project,
Uh-huh.
I get a little bit, of anxiety.
Really?
But then once the thing is out, and then it's like relief.
Talking
That's
about
it.
talking about the fact that I have known you for how many years now?
Bro, I don't even remember,
it's
to be
been a
honest.
count.
I think it's going to be more than a decade.
It has been more. This is
Yeah.
the first time you're telling me this
I really know.
all that while, but
The exterior shall be hard.
I know,
but the
right?
interior, no.
Resilience, that
It be
kind of
soft.
thing. Absolutely. Kirani Ayat, award-winning artist right here in Ghana, doing incredible things in the musical scene. And of course, recently released his debut album, Aisha's Son. And trust me, you should go listen to that record. That entire piece is a masterpiece. I'm not over-exaggerating because he's here. I'd say it anywhere, any day, But take us through it. Let's just go back a little bit. Music for you, was it like a surprise thing or you had a deliberate plan to get into music?
It was a accident.
How long were you hospitalized? After the accident, how long were you hospitalized, bro?
Like maybe he in the studio and then they just say, Charlie, you could do this. So
you did here for 1 week.
6 months.
You know what?
Intensive
You know
care
what?
units kind of
That's
thing.
exactly how it happened.
For real?
No, so I was hanging out with a few friends. That
Right.
was like back in 2013.
Uh-huh.
And then I used to be a avid music listener. I did love hip hop. I did love music.
Yep.
High hip life. I did love music pretty much. So back in 2013, I was hanging out with some friends in Newtown.
Right.
And then I was jobbing to them that I can rap.
Okay.
Right? Because I saw a mic and they were like musicians or whatever, right?
Okay.
They're like, if you rap, then Charlie, get behind the mic.
And do
At that
something.
point, I just went there and I
Uh-huh.
did somebody's recycled raps. But because they were not like huge fans of that person, they didn't even realize I was just freestyling somebody's lyrics,
Charlie.
right?
They were not into the
No,
game,
like-
so they really knew what was going on.
You be hard,
Oh boy.
They had no idea. Somebody in line,
You were mimicking,
Bro,
Charlie.
come on. And they give them, say, hey, they watch me. I say, nah, you for do music. So then I was like, oh, man. I mean, it seems I have the confidence, right?
Uh-huh.
Because I was convincing enough for them to believe me,
True.
right? So maybe I should take this thing serious. So I just started, to be honest, playing around with it, just writing small raps and all of that, trying to figure out, okay, what is it about this artist song that I like so much? How can I take those things and make it my own? So I just started writing my own lyrics, and then bro, here we are.
Here we are.
Serious. I never was like, I'm going to be a musician. It was never part of my plan.
What was your career path at that time?
I wanted to be Ronaldinho.
You kidding me?
Oh, Charlie,
A
now I play
footballer?
ball.
You're telling me stuff that I didn't know back. Like, yo, I knew you used to be this computer genius. It's always on the computer doing those graphics and all of that. You know when I have stuff graphic, I send it to you. Like, I have
That's
to do this
true.
stuff. You wanted to be a football player.
Bro, I was actively.
That's another one.
Actively, I
real?
even played some few teams in Wadena.
Eh.
Yeah, bro. You don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, I was really trying to play football, but that wasn't for me.
So
that
when the
wasn't my
guys
path.
dared you,
It never happened. Yeah.
it swayed you to
It
that
just,
direction.
yeah, I was like, oh, maybe I think this is what I'm, because it's one of those things. It's like you're trying something and it's not working. People are like, don't give up on your dreams, Krachi, sister. If it's not for you,
If it's not for you,
yeah, like because people are supposed to be allowed to reinvent themselves and
Yeah.
discover new paths.
Yeah.
So I realized that the ball wasn't working. I was trying my best. I was jogging, training, everything.
Charlie.
But Charlie, nah,
Nothing
no
dey
the
work.
force. Nah, no the force.
Anyway.
And this just came easy. So yeah, I
Right.
think it's an accident because it's not a mistake. it's an accident.
Yeah, it was an accident.
Yeah.
What got you admitted for some time, but that's fine. So right after that, you veered into music. What was kind of like? What were you looking to achieve? Was it like, okay, I just do music, then see what will happen? Maybe if I catch on junction, then I go my career pathway. Maybe I look for.
Yeah.
Did you see yourself like this?
To be honest, no. Again, from like 2013 all the way to 2015, it was just me having fun. I just discovered this thing that I had no idea I could do. And people are like, yo, you be out. Like, you get what I mean? I'm not even going to lie. At that point, it was so good because all the girls liked me because I was doing that.
Yeah,
Like I said,
I remember when you dropped your debut mixtape, District what?
GH
District. Call me Billy Banger, call me Billy Banger. I wish I had that record. But interestingly, you had a lot of people pointing at like, Charlie, in house,
you
like,
walking
Charlie,
in the hood.
Charlie
and
Kasanya,
everyone,
one year na bayang. Back when you used to attend WAS, you know, I was like, WAS and then Charlie na rap. I was like, oh really? Why would you mixtape in
It was
shy?
just for fun, to be honest. Just
Wow.
for fun. Like, people like, yo, you know. But after 2016, after meeting Queso, then meeting Seduji, it was like, this are all like, you know, day ones. And then they were like, yo, bro, maybe you should take this thing seriously.
Serious, yeah.
And then at that time, too, Ground Up had literally just set up. So myself and Queso were the first artists in there. And the first song we did there literally put Ground Up out there. And that was it.
Talking about that record, the video itself had a lot of goons in there.
Yup.
Hammer was there, Serial was there,
Manifest.
Manifest was, of course, Manila's
Flow,
very T
yeah.
Flows and all of that.
Kwesi Arthur.
Kwesi Arthur was in the video. Talking about, you know, and interestingly, just for you, my dear listener, this is an exclusive. So, Kirani Ayat started recording with Queso, the Ground Up guys at Tema. At that time, Kwesi Arthur was just like the backbencher guy. I don't know what happened, man.
I feel like it's all, you know, we all have our path, right? So again, back then he was, like you said, the small boy.
The guy
he would come and be like,
kind of, yeah.
But myself and Kesu were like the two main guys that started recording in the Ground Up studios. And then, like you said, 2016, we dropped our songs. It caught attention. It started going crazy. We shot the video. It was, you know, doing this thing. And then literally less than 6 months, I had to travel.
Wow. Yeah.
So me traveling created a vacuum. Ground Up had their name out there. And then the guy who did that is no more around. So
crazy.
They're like, yo, Kwesi, you ready? It's like, you know.
I'm quiet.
So it's like literally when we started, he just picked from there.
Right.
And then within that year, again, life happens, you know.
Exactly.
Within that, from like 2017, because that's when I traveled in late 2016. By 2017, literally 10th January 2017, I had to leave Ghana.
Wow.
So from there on, for about a year before I came back, so
when the king is not there, the
Charlie.
prince assumes the throne. Anyway, I Don't Know You is that record.
Yup.
And it features Queso, who actually programmed the beat.
Yup.
Another crazy guy. Queso from Tema, if you've heard that beat, that's the man. Let's drop this record and go do that. That was when the dad came around, man. Let's enjoy. We're going to be back in a bit. Don't go.
Africa Global Radio. Our story, our growth, our future.
Okay, so this used to be the anthem back in the day.
It's
still the anthem.
The jam, bro. It's forever. It's that's the word. Amphito, because you know, since 2018, it's been we outside. But
yeah.
this was in 2016, and Amphito means what?
We outside.
We've been ahead of the game.
Very true, man. Very true.
They just know about because he be outside.
Exactly.
But it's literally be outside.
Yeah. True
know?
that. And talking about Hausa, you started rapping in English, and then all of a sudden you switched. What was the inspiration behind that?
That was the best decision I made in my life, bro.
Tell me.
Well, like, so again, 2016 meeting Queso.
Right.
Again, going by Billy Banga at that time. And then it's like, Charlie, I was telling him that, bro, I'm trying to change this name. I know they...
Talking about the name, let's even get to the name part before we get to that part. You were Billy Banga. How come...
I am Billy Banga.
That's exactly. How come you metamorphosed all of a sudden to Kirani Ayat?
So, I swear.
Yeah, I mean, I took that from the Nigerian guy. How did you change? Because a lot of like, yo, Billy is like, it's Kirani Ayat.
Yeah, so I to be honest, I still don't even know where the Billy Banger came from. It was
Really?
at that point, I guess it sounded cool for me. It's such a SS name if you think about it.
I think so.
You
Whilst
know?
you were still in SS, yeah.
So fast forward when I met Queso and they were like, yo, before take this thing serious type vibe. And I was like, you know what? Talking about taking this thing serious, I don't think anyone would take an artist called Billy Banger seriously.
Yeah.
So I need to change my name. And then Queso was like, just go with your name, Ayat. And I was like, okay. So I just went with Ayat. But you would know Ayat is a very, very common
name.
Arabic name.
True that.
And it's like the
most used in
word
Arab, yeah.
in the Quran for that
True.
matter.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So each time someone Googles Ayat, almost everything
verses.
that comes up is about the Quran.
Yeah.
So about a year, 2 years later, I was like, yo, I need to
Switch.
add something to the ayat. So Kirani, which is Hausa for call me. And then just boom, perfect. So right now, the minute you search Kirani Ayat, I is the only thing you'd
Definitely.
see, So yeah, that was what happened with the name change.
And then a switch to the Hausa style.
Yep. So
Alright.
meeting Queso again, literally the changing my name, and he was like, yo, make music in Hausa. He suggested it. And I was like, you serious? He was like, yeah. I was like, prior to that, I've not done anything in Hausa. So the first song I did in Hausa literally took off.
I don't know you.
Yep. It just took off and it put me out there. So that's the best decision I made.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Just
right.
listening to Queso's advice.
And that's it.
Yep.
Great. We're speaking to Kirani Ayat in the studio, an artist, award-winning for that matter. I mean, if you know, recently he's been trending on social media. It has to do with the whole back and forth with the GTA, with a tweet from the president, and all the video and all of that stuff. But interestingly, the matter has been resolved. But we're still going to ask questions because your texts and tweets are suggesting that we go there. But before we get to that part, you've dropped a couple of mixtapes before that. I mean, the Zamani mixtape.
Yeah. Zamani EP.
Zamani rather EP.
Yep.
And before that, there was another one.
No,
one.
it was Zamani, and then after Zamani was Her Vibe Is Right.
Her Vibe Is Right.
Yeah.
That's the one that...
Vibe is right.
Yeah.
Yeah, your vibe is right. Yeah, do that.
What are you guys doing? It's not time yet. You guys can postpone that till another time.
I love the title.
Yeah,
The
Her Vibe Is Right.
Yeah.
But what brought about the whole, what do you call it, Zamani EP?
Zamani EP
Or
was
Zamani rather.
Yes. Zamani EP was in Hausa. Zamani means current or
Current, yeah.
modern, and I'd wanted to let the world know about me, or the Ghanaian music audience to know about Kirani Ayat, and that was my introduction. So my introduction to the scene was I am modern, I am current.
Okay.
I'm not the Hausa you're used to, nor am I any of those stereotypes. I'm new, I'm fresh.
Right.
I'm not like whatever you think I am.
Okay.
So that was the idea behind Zamani EP, was to give the audience something modern or current, Yep. And it was a 10-track EP. I had Ria Boss on there. I had Sarkodia on there.
Yep.
I think it was just 2 features. And I had productions it was mostly handled by Queso and then Kuvi.
I noticed something about your production. Queso, Kuvi, are they the ones that you really feel comfortable working with? Or are they the ones who really understand the kind of music you do?
I feel like Queso definitely understands my music a lot. Like him even suggesting make music in Hausa alone. I feel like he had foresight. Just think about it. A lot of producers want artists to make music in languages that's universally whatever. So he would want you to make music in a language that would attract a more wider audience.
Right.
But Queso was like, I've heard your English thing and it's hard, but make music in Hausa.
In Hausa.
And that's literally what set me apart right now, So he just had the foresight, and we had chemistry because he loved to experiment, and I'm also that same type of person. So we just there was this synergy, and we were just creating from a place of love and trying to learn new things. That was what we were doing. And definitely with Kuvi too at that time, he was Kuvi I think had a bit of buzz more than us at that time, because he had produced he had a few hits under his name back then.
Kuvi,
Yep.
True.
Because Ayalate was out, he was already hot back then. Yeah, so he reached out to me after seeing my performance at Sabolai Radio, the first one in 2015, right, at Jamestown. And he was like, yo, he would love to work with me. I was like, bro, I can't afford you. He was like, nah, say less. I love what you're doing. Just come through. And myself and Kuvi made amazing music too.
Yeah,
Yep.
I remember there's this song I wish I
Play for
had.
Keeps?
Yeah, Play for Keeps. He produced that.
Yeah, he did. And then he did Kekemi.
Kekemi, one of my favorites.
Kekemi ended up in Sister Sisters, that series by Tyler Perry. It was in that series, yeah. It came out this year.
You
Like I had
mentioned
Yep.
it. You mentioned
Yep.
it.
I was
True.
somewhere and someone was like, yo, Kekemi is playing in Sister. I was like, what?
In the background.
Yeah, they had
Very
the
true.
whole verse in like a club scene and it was in there. Solid, child. I was so excited.
Have you watched it, Sister?
Which season? I think they're on
I think it's the
season 3
current
now.
season.
Then it's season 3.
Yep.
Have they paid anything? Because Charlie.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
we
the
have-
check there, then pay.
You don't-
You
Don't
just,
pay the check.
then pay the check.
Otherwise,
You know,
we'll have to send
you know,
Tyler Perry a
touchdown
mail.
yet, right? Then
But-
pay.
talking about paying an artist for using their creatives. Lately, it's been popping up one after the other, and it all leads back to Ayat. Recently, Asha of Nigeria
Yep.
sued Joe Boy. And when we were talking about that conversation, like Charlie, this name, I say Ayat spark up the whole thing.
Yeah, make it go so
Ed
no.
Sheeran is being sued by the management of Marvin Gaye for sampling one of his songs for the what do you call it? This the popular one. When I na.
Perfect.
I'm not a big
You know,
listener of Ed Sheeran,
not
so I
perfect.
wouldn't
Whatever.
know.
So anytime we're having that conversation in the music scene here,
Yeah.
it all leads back to
I
Ayat.
know the song you're talking about.
you know that particular
People
song.
fall in love.
No, exactly. Yeah, that song. When we talk about these things, they go like, "Yo, if I say Ayat, wait, the Vim Ikari talk about this whole thing with the people,
Yeah, it's like him.
Nobody saw it coming.
Him calling out GTA.
and not even GTA. He actually quoted the president. That was like, you got
I-
balls to do that, bro.
Oh no, plenty of people quote the president, but him calling that out, it created the avenue for other people to speak out.
Right.
That's what it did.
Right. Anyway, we're still here with Kirani Ayat, award-winning artist right here in Ghana, and it's all about his musical journey. We're going to be zoning into his new album pretty soon, but let's listen to Dodo. This track, a lot of people said you really murdered Sack, but
I've heard
and I
that.
think you heard that, and he retaliated with Mariama.
He did.
He did. Let's listen to Dodo. We're going to be back.
What's up, everybody? This is Trigmatic, and you're listening to Africa Global Radio. Stay tuned.
Okay, I'm Chika Funkare. You know what that means? Yeah, we go chop dog leg, because we go waka. You want to ask him why he said that?
That means you wanna
Charlie, I read. Boys make wild.
It's a proverb. It's a proverb.
I understand.
Yeah.
Like when you walk planes, then they ask you, what requirement?
Yeah, Charlie, that kind of vibe. But yeah, I mean, beautiful records I just dropped. One featuring Sarkodie of the Zamani EP. And this is not on the EP. This is like a
No,
single.
this was a single, yeah.
Wow. How did this also happen? Man, because a lot of people, or most people would like, since you guys are from the same hood, like, why just one song? You guys should like have more collaborations.
Normalize not having more collaborations with people because you're in the same area.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah, put it there. That's fine. But beautiful,
Anyways,
yeah.
We had to do one, but then again, like you said, that expected. Oh, you have to do more. Not really. We've had one, and it's great and it's amazing. When the time comes for another one, and the vibe is right, we make it happen. But right now, I'm like happy with this and what it did. To be honest,
Great.
It was a moment. Yep.
Let's talk about you as an artist. You're definitely one of those A-lists now in Ghana, and you have a certain energy when it comes to performance and all of that, and people really love it. Let's also talk about record label. Are you signed to any label? Independent.
So
How has that been? I know it hasn't been easy.
it hasn't been easy, but I know that once it knock, it could be.
It could be.
And it started knock because that means Kirani Ayat won't share his profits with anyone.
Right.
Kirani
Right.
Ayat gets everything.
To yourself.
Yes,
But
sir.
is that what an artiste need to be? Is that a space that an artiste needs to be? Because you came out, of course, a lot of people would want to, even a couple of days back, Shatta Wale had an interview on one of the media houses and was talking about how important it is to have a record label. He's been in there. Saka's been there. Stone as well. But Black Sheriff recently is with Empire and it's out there.
Yup.
Wouldn't you say that's the importance of having a record label?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what Empire is doing with Black Hole is amazing, right? And that's what a functioning record label should be doing.
Right.
But we did where we did, and we find ourselves in the positions we found ourselves in. So we just make best with the situation we find ourselves in. You
Right.
know, so me, I'm not like, I'm really open to the idea, right? But it has to make sense. Me, I'm all about long-term mentality. What does this do for me in the next
the
3
long
years?
run.
What does this do for me in the next 5 years? You get what I mean? And sometimes a lot of people might come your way where they're thinking very short term.
Okay.
And me, I don't do good with short term people.
All right.
You know,
All right.
I want everything. I want you to know my journey and understand that this is a global domination type of plan that we have. There's no
Right.
be December songs. It's not, you know.
Eternity.
Yeah, pretty
True.
much. It's like I'm a legacy artist. I'm someone who wants to, when I retire, I want to be eating from my
From what-
music
exactly.
still. I want to be eating from my debut album when I retire.
Right.
You get
Right,
what I mean?
right,
Yeah,
right.
and some artists do not think about those things. So it's always what is current, what is trendy,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
will pop this December. I'm not that type of artist.
Okay.
And I understand it's a business. Labels want who can. They want the biggest cash cow. Who can
Exactly.
give
Yeah.
them
Fetch
money
them that
right
money.
now?
Right.
You know.
Right.
So for me, not being that type of artist, a label won't approach me. You understand?
No, but when you say you're not that type of artist, your songs are big songs.
It is, but also if you listen to Ghanaian radio, mainstream radio,
Okay, we're looking at what it pop.
exactly.
Right. The
They're looking for
mundane.
trendy songs.
You
They're
haven't said that
looking for
word. The mundane.
They're looking for trendy songs. Once you know. So and yeah, I don't fit into that
That
space.
category. Okay.
My song is great, and the DJs play it. The people will love it.
Oh, yeah.
But they don't, you know. So again, me, I'm not tripping about that. I'm okay. So I'm making do and making the best situation of what I have. You get what I'm saying? And I'm happy because it's entering the spaces I wanted to enter. It's entering the movie series sync license, and I had 2 this year.
Wow.
Yep, the year
Wow.
before previous I had none.
Yeah.
And there's like a
definitely.
third on the way that I'm waiting on, and even a third is going to be even bigger because that's like the theme music for the movie.
Oh, wow.
Right, so
Oh,
this one's
wow.
not even a part of it. This one is a movie, and it might be the whole theme. Charlie, I'm keeping my fingers
Okay.
crossed, hoping it
Well,
happens.
we're not
So,
letting the cat out of the bag
yeah,
yet.
I'm just
Definitely, your house near my house in fact. So that was the connection day. I'll go run fast. Fast forward after the mixtape, the whole buzz. Let's get it. Let's do this. Let's do that. How long have you been preparing to put out a project such as Aisha's Son?
To be honest, all my life. But that's like such an artist statement. But realistically, in the last 4 years.
You've been thinking about
Yeah,
putting
I've been working on it.
on
Not
it,
even thinking. Yeah,
working on it.
I worked on it from 2018 all the way to 2019. It was supposed to come out in 2020. Pandemic happened.
Right.
And then during that
Exactly.
period, I was listening to that album and I realized it wasn't a great album. So I scratched it. Like I just shelved it. And I restarted the whole creation process again during the pandemic.
So this wasn't even the original thing you
Nope.
started,
Nope. We had 13 original songs done. We were supposed to be the Aisha's Son.
right?
Pandemic happened. I just slowed down. And in that whole time,
Space.
whatever, I just like was listening to that song. So, okay, I think I can do better. So I
Right.
scratched that whole project. Reevaluated what I wanted to do as an artist, how I wanted to be seen, what do I want my sound to be like, and started again.
What went into such a great album? Is it what?
You know what he said? It just reminded me, you know, when Max Quest was here last week?
Yeah, yeah.
He talked about how he was ready to drop an album.
Uh-huh.
And then he sat back and he's like,
Nah.
I feel like maybe I can do more
more,
with this.
yeah.
So then he has shelved it.
That's similar
that's
sentiment.
the same thing he's saying.
As a creative, they are the only people that can really tell you that. As a
yes,
consumer,
like
I'm
they
like
know how they want the album to
to sound
come out.
like. What went into it?
That's very true what you said, because some of my friends hear the album and be like, what, you released all these songs? And I'm like, excuse me. I'm like, no, I'm not. I don't like it. And they're like,
Like
what do
you-
you mean you don't like it?
Yeah.
You know, it's very dope. And I'm like, yeah, but that album didn't have, it wasn't cohesive.
Okay.
It sounded like a mixtape. No, not a mixtape. It sounded like a playlist. Do you know how right now you go on Apple Music or Spotify and there are like specific playlists and it's like songs that kind of sound alike or
alike,
the same
similar.
BPM or all of
mhm,
that?
mhm.
That's what it sounded like. It didn't sound like an album with a theme and it was cohesive and the production was like something that was
Really
you get what I
tight.
mean? Yeah, because on the playlist you might hear a fire song and then the next one will be mid and then the other one will be, you get what I mean?
Right.
So it sounded like that to me. So I had to go back to the drawing board and be like, no, I'm going to make something that's very cohesive. That's sticking to the theme of the album. Like the first album didn't even match the name of the album.
Right.
You know?
It was like two different entities.
For real. So I
Super.
had to make sure that I connect everything. I had to make sure it just flows together and you will listen to all of the songs and be like, oh yeah, okay.
It makes sense.
It makes sense.
There is
like,
connection.
Exactly. This is an album. This isn't like some songs he just put together to be like, this is my
Right.
album, which is what the first one was sounding like.
Right.
Good songs, but then they didn't sound like an album material.
Nice.
Yeah.
The album itself, it's kind of like a motherly birth album. Like the day you were birthed, it came alongside you. So there's
That's
that
it.
soul mother connection
Yeah.
to your mom. Why so? You've talked about this for so long, and I would know that. I mean, you've been away from your mom for so many years.
Yeah.
I believe that inspired it.
That definitely inspired it, right? Because I love my mom, well.
Yeah, everybody does.
she pretty much risked her life and jail time to be in a better position to be able to provide for me.
Right.
Yeah, so I feel like again, like literally they said one of the scariest thing in the world is giving birth like to a child, right?
True.
So she already done that. Kudos to that lady. And then like, the next one was like her literally risking her life and pretty much again jail
Yeah,
time
true.
to go to Babylon just so to have like the opportunity to give me a better life.
Right.
So I felt like what other way to honor this woman by naming my first debut album, you know, putting her
Aisha's
name
son.
in there, but also being a bit selfish and being like
Creative.
son.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
you
I know.
say?
Yeah.
Because I give my mother hope and
Yeah,
life.
to
you
Aisha's
know.
son.
What you
At the
say?
same time, being the son. That's the creative man speaking right there. It's the Africa Daily Show on Africa Global Radio, having an interesting, enlightening conversation with Kirani Ayat. I mean, one would say, Charlie, Charlie, Zongo.
What does it mean?
Yaron Zongo. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a Yaron Zongo, man.
I'm a Zongo boy.
I'm a Zongo boy.
Yaro
Zongo.
Zongo means Zongo. boy.
Yeah, Zongo.
Yes.
You want to marry Ayat and you don't speak Hausa. That's contradictory.
Oh, he would
But
teach me.
anyway,
I'll
let's
teach you a lot of things.
wait. Let's talk. So let's listen to Sarki. I think Sarki is the first video out of from the
Yep,
album.
yep,
The first video.
yep.
Sarki is what I'm going to be playing right about now. You can go check it out on YouTube. Crazy video. What's the story behind this?
Sarki in Hausa means kin.
Yep.
And then the inspiration for the video was we wanted to highlight Dambe, which is a form of fighting in the Hausa community. It started like, it's a form of wrestling, you know, it's a
Yeah.
combat sport. So they draw a circle and they put two guys in it, and all they can use is one of their hands. So if you're a lefty, all you can use is your left.
So you can only use one hand.
just one hand. It's
to
very
combat.
brutal.
Oh.
And
Oh.
like you see who be the bema for there. Because
Yeah.
you can't use your legs. You can't use your other arm. It's just one arm.
So what? The other arm is tied to your back.
You
or
know,
what?
you don't even tie it. Like you use the other arm to like block, and then you're just punching with just one
Okay.
arm.
Okay, I think I saw
Yeah.
an excerpt of the video.
Yeah,
I think I
it's
saw the
crazy.
video. So I was wondering, why were you not using the other hand
It's
and all
crazy,
of
yeah,
that?
but it's from ancient Hausa times. It's
Okay.
like it's super old, but it's still being like, is it practiced or it's still being
It's still
done
being
now?
practiced.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so-
Northern Nigeria, Northern Niger, and other, where the Hausa community is more dominant. You
Yeah.
find stuff like that there.
So
Let's listen
we wanted to highlight that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let's listen to Sarki right there. He was Sarki because he actually KO'd the other guy. We're going to be back.
Africa Global Radio. Our story, our growth, our future.
Is Zanka Yanka Riga or what's Zanka Yanka?
Nadinka riga babuya.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Izanka yanka uya kasama kanka.
Okay. Kadun Kariga Babuya.
Yep.
So
So
you've
it's so I sew my dress. No?
Uh-huh.
I know cut the neck out.
Okay.
Whoever they feel say their dress go fit them. No?
Uh-huh.
Make it cut the neck
Then
part
wear.
of the wear then wear 'em. So literally who the cup fit.
Let him wear it.
Exactly.
That's deep, man.
That's what I said.
That's
I
deep.
did talk about
What-
that. I
what
didn't
are
feel
they-
like saying,
Yeah.
you know that like how the video depict the Dambe fighting and like I'm the king of that. And
Right.
the circuit means king, right?
Mhm.
So I'm saying I am Kirani Ayat.
Right.
I am the king in what I do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm dominating in this lane.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So whoever else they feel say he can challenge me or doubt my claim, come.
Make you come
Can't
exhibit.
try.
Yeah.
No,
For this scene, yeah, it be like say be you penny dominates. Cause trust me, I haven't heard a sound with that,
Thank you very much.
flair. To
Thank
be
you
very
very
honest,
much.
because if you listen to the last time I heard something like this is from what the likes of
Ayisoba?
Ayisoba, the
Yep.
Kologo thing and
Yep.
everything, and kudos to you for modernizing it. I think
Thank
this
you
is
very
what we
much.
actually wanted.
Thank you.
They call it the Hausa drilling.
Hausa drilling.
Yeah, so kudos to you for modernizing it and making it so contemporary.
Thank
This
you.
is what the current generation, of course, even after this whole vibe, we can still go back and Charlie, this is something we can
Yep.
jam to and relate to.
Thank you.
Super. Let's talk about the album itself. How was the reception like when you dropped it?
Charlie. So to be honest, I had very low expectation. Not that because the album no be fire,
Okay.
but because I know what does well in the Ghanaian music
Market.
space.
Okay.
Right? So I wanted to manage my expectation because I realized a bunch of times too, I drop something, my expectations is
Goes
like,
so high.
and then it doesn't meet that, and then I'm like, I be no artist. We start to feel some type of way.
Yeah.
So as I did grow, I don't want to. I realize it's music. It will work for some people, and
It
it
wouldn't
won't work
work
for
for
some
others.
people. So
True that.
yeah, I'm gonna make this my best project I can possibly as at now, and I'm gonna make sure that my fans love it, and people who love good music love it. So that was really my my mindset going into the release of the project, right? And then we dropped the project, and then I was home. It dropped on 16th, so I was home. My
Yeah,
mother's
yeah,
birthday,
yeah,
by the
yeah.
way.
You dropped it on your mother's
Yeah,
birthday. True.
Yeah. So I was home minding my business on Friday night. I got a text from a friend, and it was like, "Yo, you're trending on Twitter."
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, yo,
Bro, I was like,
my boy's cashing out.
I was like, you make serious? He was like, yeah, you don't know. And I was like, bro, I don't know. Like, I had no idea. And then he sent me a screenshot.
Yeah,
And I was trending like number 4. I was like, what? And right now it's so hard to trend on Twitter organically
True.
unless you're like a big artist or you said some outlandish stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Or you did misbehave.
You
You know,
did
it's like
misbehave,
specific
yeah,
things
yeah.
that trend. So for me, thinking to myself that, okay, now I'm like, this music isn't for everyone pretty much. So I'm not going to even worry myself about trending all of that.
True.
And then to be trending, it's like, wow. So we were trending all the way from Friday night to early Monday morning. That was
Wow,
crazy
that's
to
crazy.
me. Like, people were like, yo, the album is fire. 10-10, the album is fire. There's no skip. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, the album is a classic. All of that's like, wow. Like, I knew my fans would love it because we did a listening party on the Thursday,
Yeah.
before the album came out. So people, the reception there was amazing. But I didn't think it will
Go that far.
to even trend, to be honest, for like multiple days. So that really was like, wow. Like, we really spoiled it. We really did the
Nice one.
album.
You were
So-
supposed to be at the listening party. What happened to you?
Really?
Yeah, we talked about it, didn't we? Yes. That's a tick. You need to start ticking those.
Oh,
not
no,
to-
no, no, no. You had,
What?
I don't believe you're starting to show him red flags when he hasn't even started.
You're supposed to be at the listening.
I was supposed to be.
Then what happened?
And life happened.
Another guy happened. The show is Africa
yeah,
Daily
that's Musah.
on Africa Global Radio. And a beautiful record. Kirani Ayat just dropped Sarki. And I mean, the album is definitely. How did you get Sarkodie on this, second song, Mariama?
So I reached out to another artist to be on that song.
Ah,
The artist
it
flexed
wasn't
me.
even Sarkodie.
Oh,
Okay.
the artist flexed me. I said, cool. Then I sent it to Sark. And then Sark was like, no, yeah. 3 days later, he sent his verse back. I
Wow.
was like, well, when one door closes,
The other one opens.
a bigger one opens.
Nice one. I mean, Mariama is definitely a lot of people's favorite. Even
Yeah.
Mariama
you know
is
how
so
passionate I am with that song, right?
I know.
Exactly.
I know.
I so love that song that anytime I play it, I have to play like 1,000 times before I go to the next
Before
song.
you play it,
Uh-huh.
what inspired the song?
You were
Was there
suppo-
some girl called Mariama?
I mean, it could have been you now, so.
I'm not called Mariama. Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Ayat.
saying. If could have been you, then the title would have changed.
But
To
I'm
what?
so
Mariama,
sorry.
Kini Nawa.
Bro, No, see how it makes sense. It literally didn't make sense. See,
Right.
but you
Okay.
were messing around with some guy.
See,
Why
don't
you no
mind-
mama?
See, don't mind embarrassed.
Why you no mama?
See, don't mind embarrassed.
Okay, Mariama is that well, we cannot afford to play all the songs, but some of these. Which is your favorite, by the way, Dunia?
It changes, to be honest.
Really?
It changes every time.
Well,
It's
I know
like,
your grandma's Dunia, right?
my grandmother loves Dunia. A lot of people love Take Your Time.
Okay.
But
Okay.
a lot of more people love Najin.
Najee. Yeah.
Najin is like the most playlisted, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
there's other people who love Mariama, especially people who love Afrobeats and all that. So they love Mariama. And there's like the Tribe Boys who love Sergi.
Sarki, yeah.
Dankasa. You know, so
Dankasa,
and for me it changes.
It changes.
At the early days it was Dunia.
Okay.
And then later on, but also you have to understand that I've been listening to this thing for almost
yeah.
a year, like, you know, so
Right.
it keeps changing
Keeps
for
changing.
me. Right now, currently, I think Fadana with Walasi.
Okay.
Because I'm literally fighting, and Fadana means
my
fight.
True that. You're fighting. That is very true. Okay, Mariama is up next right about now. Let's listen and we'll be back.
What's up, everybody? This is Chigmatic, and you're listening to Africa Global Radio. Stay tuned.
Go big GB the yo ma
Kini
EBU.
Keson.
Nice
Yes,
one
sir.
right there. Mariama featuring Sarkodie Kirani Ayat of his Aisha Sun album. Definitely a masterpiece, man.
Thank you.
I mean, you
so
can
much.
you can give credit to K, so he understands the drill. Plays
Sorry.
according to the way he's supposed to play it, huh?
Okay, so be amazing. Yeah, that'd be the word. He'd just be amazing.
He's an amazing guy.
Yep.
Super. Let's just go a little bit into the elephant in the room, man. I mean, a lot of people have been asking, why have you kept quiet? What was it about? When you first saw that video on the president's tweet and all of that, what was the feeling like? Were you angry, or you actually had to take a diplomatic way by tweeting about it?
I wasn't angry. I just what was it? It was a week after my album had come out. Right?
Yeah.
So to me, I was like the first thing I did was message the director of the video.
Okay, yeah.
Like, hey, are you the one who gave permission to these people? Do you know anything about this? He was like, no, he has no idea about this. And I was like, check it out. So he checked it out, and I was like, yo, that's crazy. And I was like, I'm going to tweet about it. And I was like, yeah, let's do that. So that's I just.
What was the
tweeted.
reaction like from friends, families,
To
businesses?
be honest,
and
like
all
I
of
said,
that?
the only first person I spoke with,
was Nicole.
yep. And then since he said he didn't do it, I was like, okay, we're gonna. She was like, shit, let's do it. And then we just did. So it was like, literally, that's the only person I wanted to know. Hey,
Yeah, find
are
out
you the
from him,
one?
yeah.
And then he said no, because even if he has to do something with that video, he has to let me know.
Exactly.
You know, so since it wasn't him, I was like, okay, then I have to like tweet about this and ask or pretty much get answers. And that's what I did. I wasn't angry. I just wanted answers, you know.
Have you been giving these answers?
Yup.
And are they forthcoming?
Oh yeah, they are. We met a few times. We met the relevant, stakeholders. We've had more than a couple, actually. A couple be two, right? So we had more than a couple meetings, and they've made it clear to me that they do realize, due diligence wasn't done. So let's move forward. Like, let's solve it amicably and, move forward in a way. And they asked an important question. Has my agenda to push Ghana or tourism in the North changed? And I was like, no, I'm still trying to do that. And I was like, okay, if that's still on the table, then let's figure out a way to solve this situation amicably.
Okay.
And then continue with that agenda. And I was like, cool. So that's what the lawyers have been trying to do. Settle it out of court, make sure I'm compensated, and whatever else we're gonna agree upon.
Right.
And we move. Yeah. So that's where we did.
What lessons have you picked from all of these, this whole period of back and forth and, social media, this and that? What have you learned from it?
Education is important, and there's this ignorance of the law isn't something. You know that saying?
Yeah.
Ignorance of the law isn't an excuse.
Yeah.
There's something like that. It's a
The
I've
fact
heard
that you
something.
don't know doesn't mean it's not there.
Exactly.
And talking about
right?
that, they actually also, whilst the whole banter was ongoing, there was this part where you were supposed to pull it down because you didn't seek permission from the
From the folklore board, it's like,
No, that wasn't. That's false.
That's false.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
false.
cool.
There's no. Yeah,
Cool.
That's false. I guess again there wasn't um the right research wasn't done on that part to like figure that it's not like that, right? Yeah. So I guess yeah, but then they realized that part too, that okay, it's a mistake. That part isn't actually like true. So they had
Okay.
to like yeah.
All right.
But really, really, education is important, and having the right people around you is important.
Okay.
Doing due diligence is important. These are all
Right.
lessons I've heard. I've learned. Um, being also diplomatic.
Okay.
You know, not being like,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that
You need
doesn't
to be-
solve
yeah.
anything. You have to be diplomatic to know that okay, you're actually dealing with grown-ups and people in
Right.
higher places, so you know how to communicate with them and all of that.
Mm.
I've learned a lot of that, and I've also learned that a lot of art, it kind of exposed that a lot of artists, what they've been calling for, to have their rights protected and all of that. That's why I realized that a lot of the artists that chimed in were like, yo, don't let this go. It's for all of us, because
Sax jumped on it.
yeah. So I feel like
Fuse
artists,
ODG.
yeah,
and all
artists
these
really wanted the relevant bodies to hear their cry. I feel like that's what it also revealed to me. And I also realized that people people love drama.
Yeah. Everybody wanted a piece of it.
Yeah, people just love drama. But
Right.
I was like trying to let people understand that this isn't drama. This isn't some controversy. This isn't something to hop on and leave the following days. No, this is my life. This is how I am going to survive. This is my pension. You get what I mean? This is like my this is my all pretty much. This is my career.
Right.
You know, so it's more serious for me. It might be drama for you for whatever reason or controversy, but I've never been one to deal with, you know, drama or controversies.
Okay.
So it's not just Twitter for me. It's real.
True.
You know.
True.
So, but anyways, I feel like yeah, we've made headway with the people, and hopefully this week, latest by next week, we resolve everything.
Nice one. That's good
Yeah.
to know. Yeah, we're still in the studio. A couple of minutes to go with Kirani Ayat, an award-winning artiste right here. But are you looking to file for any nominations next year? Any music award scheme you're looking to hop on? 3 Music, VGMAs, and all of that?
Let's see how it goes. I mean, people love the album, right? So let's see.
Let's see how it goes, huh?
Let's see how it goes.
Okay, we're going to be looking afterwards finally on our tours, radio tours. I mean, maybe even live tours, basically, because as an artist, you've dropped this highly anticipated album of yours. Definitely, you'd want to reach out to a couple of places and just have. I mean, you talking about shows. You
Yeah, I
actually
was going to
started.
ask, like December is coming,
Uh-huh.
and do you have like any shows lined up?
I have one specially made for on the 20th. That's next Thursday.
I mean,
Nice.
Yes, please do. And I want you, you know, would you be sitting or standing next to me?
wherever you want me to.
Oh.
Why are you already? Anyway,
Anyway, on the 20th, I have my first show of the year,
okay.
and it's going to be at the Aliba, Jamestown.
Oh,
Jamestown Coffee.
right,
Yep, that place.
right,
Yep,
right.
Kirani Ayat's live.
Okay.
Yep, so.
Oh, boy, already they see nothing go make a nice menace.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Thursday. That's next Thursday, 20th of July. Yep.
Okay.
It's gonna be amazing. My first show.
Talking about shows, you started or the pioneer of Madfest.
Music of African Descent Festival.
Absolutely. What happened to it?
Musika happened.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a self-funded endeavor. So it reached a point I had to like either put these funds in my career to push myself or to put it in Madfest. And it made sense to invest in myself because once
True.
Ayat make it, he can then come back and continue Madfest.
Very true.
You know. So
That was
yeah,
like a
but
signature concert for you.
thank you, man. I feel like it's bigger than me. It was just for the upcoming artists
Yeah.
to get to experience performing next to bigger artists, established
Absolutely,
artists, you know, because that also boosts their confidence and gives
True.
them more vim to keep going.
True.
So that was what Madfest was about, just creating platforms for artists on the come up.
Nice one.
But you know, like I said, money no really did. But
Definitely.
I'm looking hopefully this year to maybe see what
do
we
a
can
comeback.
do. Yep.
Okay. Got a question?
Yeah, what's the time for the live? Kirani Ayat?
Jamestown.
time.
Coffee is, let me pull it
Jamestown
up.
Coffee House. I think it's in
Yep.
Jamestown Osu.
No, it's in Osu.
It's in Osu.
Right? The name is so
Google Map.
some way.
She's a Google Map.
The name is so some way.
Hey, Charlie, we get guys where be Google Map on Stanley. See.
Okay, so it's Kirani Ayat live at the warehouse.
Okay.
20th October 2022, 7 p.m.
Okay.
Rate is 80 cities. Pull up.
Pull up.
Pull up. Moko turn up.
For the past couple of days or a week, he's been battling back and
Charlie,
forth.
I'm so excited.
That.
I'm performing live. Like, I'm super stoked. Like,
And
I
there's just
can't
something
wait.
about the way you perform. I mean, the whole, the style,
Yep.
how you come out with, and the whole euphoria surrounding how you perform. It's like fella.
It's going to be just like that's who I'm going to be channeling with this performance. Yep.
Okay, before we give our final talks on Kirani Ayat, let me just take this one, Farana, and I will be back. It's his fight. He's been fighting for the past couple of days, week, and it's all him on social media and all of that. We're going to be back after this.
Africa Global Radio. Our story, our growth, our future.
This is just a perfect song to fit the situation that you were, battling with at that time.
Yeah.
I do make you chop. Well, last year was like a prophet on the song, man.
Charlie.
I'm sure, like Charlie. Yeah, did he say that song? Perfect
They
tune.
say words have so much power. So, and I believe that, to be honest. Like as of late, I used to feel like that affirmation thing. I was like, girls and them are concerts.
Yeah,
like, you
yeah.
get what I mean?
Yeah,
But, but as of late, I've been like real heavy on affirmation and positive speak,
Right.
and yeah, like even having a mantra. Not the husky,
Yeah,
not the husky,
yeah,
not the
yeah,
husky.
yeah.
Like I like to repeat those things to myself and put it out in the universe. And I see it did work.
It work.
Yeah, for
Great.
real. They sound cheesy and whatever, but
It works.
Charlie, so long as you they do your part, they work. Bro, promise. It
Okay,
work.
before we wrap up, let's just go outside music. You have the Husky group thing,
Yup.
and you guys are doing an incredible thing with the skating.
Kokobite skate crew.
Yes, tell me
Yeah.
about it.
Oh man, it's just my way of giving back to the youth in the Kokobite area. So,
Right.
support
Why
them.
Kukrubite?
Because I feel like one of the things with beach touristy type of communities is there's nothing there, and a lot of people are relying on that tourist type, to provide income, right?
Yeah.
And it's so crazy. There are kids in Kokobite who not come Accra more before.
You're kidding. Kukrubite is just here.
Yeah, bro. Kokobite is part of Accra,
It
but
is.
people they think as if say it's not even part of. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're so marginalized. So that's me just providing other avenues for them. You know what
Okay.
they talk. So it's a cool thing for them. They give, and skating to be like, it's a bit scary. So they give them more confidence
Yeah.
and vim, to get
Yeah.
on the board and skate. And I try to support their education anyhow I
Wow.
can.
Wow.
And just being a positive elder, like role male
model.
figure to them,
Right,
something like
right.
that. That's what I've been trying to do.
Right. The
Yup.
Husky group.
The Husky group.
Super. We're looking. I'm sure one day we'll find out time to just come see how the
Yeah,
whole
if I do Africa
thing-
Global Radio /
yeah,
Husky Group Fun Fair or
collaborate.
something.
Kinda over there. I
For the
think.
churn, for the
yeah. What
churn.
do you think? What do you think, mommy? I think it would be a great thing.
If it's fire, Mommy agrees. Come on.
See that.
By way.
All right. So I mean, the album is on all streaming platforms. I
Every
believe.
streaming platform
Apple,
worldwide.
I think Apple was even suggesting Inaji. I don't know what's up with Inaji.
Bro, I feel like people love that song.
Right.
People, it's connecting. Wow. People love. It's doing an amazing on Apple Music, Charlie. People love that song.
Right. Is it because of the live, the way the natural? And talking about Inaji, it's a live
Yep.
recorded
Yep.
instrumentation.
A lot of the album production is like semi-live. We played part of it live, and the other part was like programmed in the
Programmed on
computer.
yeah.
But with Najin, it's about 80% live
Live.
and just 20%
Wow.
programmed.
Wow.
So it really connects with people. That's why I said I'm so excited for my show at Jamestown Coffee
Because they'll
House next
feel
week.
The realness
Yeah, they'll
in
feel
there.
it, and I can't wait to be honest. I'm so excited.
So
Yep.
all streaming platforms: Apple Music,
Spotify, Audio Mac, pretty much every streaming platform, Deezer, Pandora. We're not going to name them, but
yeah.
whatever streaming platform you did listen your music, it did there. Aisha's son, Kira, or just search Kirani Ayat, and then
Right,
it will
right.
come up. Yeah.
It everywhere.
It everywhere.
Top chat. It did chats for.
Oh, we chatted for a bit
Australia?
too, right?
Was it Australia?
No, it wasn't even in Ghana. We chatted from Ghana.
Ghana and all that. Well, Charlie, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
And
Thank
I
you.
wish you all the very best.
Thank you.
Because I believe there's more fire in the pipeline. I'm looking for a video to overshadow Guda. Because at the moment, not undoubtedly, it is like the video. The
Yup.
video.
Yup.
We're looking forward to seeing more fire
Definitely.
than Guda.
Definitely.
That can happen, right?
Oh, definitely. You know, I mean, I'm for growth. So
Right.
whenever there's opportunity to grow,
You take it.
I take it. Yeah.
Okay, we have been having conversations in this one with the man Kirani Ayat, award-winning artist right here. His album is out. Aisha's Son, go check it out. It's fire. Final words to your fans out there globally.
Thank you. God bless you. Be. I know these times be hard, but be positive. You know, yeah, times be really hard, but be positive.
Be positive. Be positive.
And keep streaming Kirani Ayat music. I've heard it's very soothing.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is. Let's go back and just jam to Najee's live performance. Haskell Studios is definitely crazy. We're going to be back for What's On and What's New right here. Don't go.